Welcome back to Absolutely Marvel and DC. My name is Benny, that is Sal, that is Dylan, and today we're going to be talking about the post-credit scene, because this is the channel where I sit down with two of my buddies discussing all the superhero movies and TV shows from rumors, trailers, theories, and today we're going to talk about the Spider-Man No Way Home post-credit scene, the future of Venom, the future of Spider-Man, and if you're still here and thought this wouldn't have spoilers, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, it's all spoilers from here on
Probably
out.
in the title.
It's in the title, it says post-credits.
Yeah.
Mid-credits
so-
specifically. It is
Yeah.
a
Mid-credits, yeah, we're doing mid-credits.
Post-credits is
We'll
a trailer.
Yeah, which we'll talk about in a different video.
Yeah.
Okay, so the mid-credits scene, I thought this was dumb. I'm just gonna say, I thought this was dumb as shit.
Believe it. I was like, okay,
Same.
so all right, Venom's in the MCU.
Right.
Oh, there he goes. He's leaving now.
What?
It also further dilutes the only issue I had with No Way Home, which is a nitpick, I agree, but that they established the rules of why everyone's here and then threw them out when they got to whenever they wanted to bring people in.
Why is he here? Why was
And
he
then
here in the first
Venom.
place?
Venom doesn't even know who the hell Spider-Man even is.
I read I don't know who it was, but I read a comment on Reddit that somebody said that Venom, the symbiote, is the one who knows who Peter Parker is because the symbiote did say at the end of Let There Be Carnage that he has multiversal knowledge, that the hive mind spans across the multiverse, and
Right.
Spider-Man 3's Venom knows who Peter Parker is.
Okay.
So
I see.
maybe that's why.
Okay.
But
Okay.
also, like, where's that Venom then? It's
Hopefully not anywhere.
in No Way Home. Right.
So
Crying in a corner somewhere.
I was excited at first because I'm like, they're doing it. They're bringing Venom into the MCU. The possibilities are endless. And within a minute, he's gone.
in a movie that, like, you can feel the motherly hand of Sony, like, playing with it the whole time. Like, they let Tom Hardy not be in that universe at the end? What happened?
Yeah, he's there just to get context for Endgame and then leave. Weird. Clearly, it was one of those things where they just it must have been part of some kind of negotiation where they're like, oh, we're not putting Venom in the MCU. Like Kevin Feige specifically was like, I don't want your Venom in the MCU. And back during Venom 2, they were like, we're putting Venom in the MCU. Like it was just some kind of it doesn't make any sense narratively, so it's just like, clearly it has to have been a corporate decision, and if it is, it's such a whiplash decision that it had to have been the consequence of a new deal that was struck. However, he does drop off another symbiote.
Which just makes
Which
it
is
even
such a
more
weird
confusing.
way.
What?
Like why that way to get Venom into the MCU?
Yeah.
Why jump through that many hoops if that was the plan from the beginning, which I guarantee you it wasn't.
Like, why? That doesn't make any sense to do this.
No.
We brought him over to drop a piece off for Tom Holland to play with later. Like,
why?
What? Why?
Like,
Why?
maybe too. Like I would. We just talked about how Andrew Garfield is maybe going to be the Spider-Man of the Venom Sonyverse. Like, how we talk about how there's a lot of multiverse stuff and how that's confusing for people. Just bar none. How annoying and confusing would it be if the next Amazing Spider-Man movie and the next Tom Holland Spider-Man movie both have different Venoms as their villains?
Do you think they're going to get back, was it Topher Grace?
No.
He'll be the one of Tom Holland?
No.
No. Yeah, it's just a terrible, weird idea, and it's not even an idea. That was just like a weird execution of something. I don't know what it is, but I don't get it. I don't want to get it. It doesn't make it. As far as I'm concerned, this is like that time discrepancy at the opening of Homecoming where they're just like 8 years later, and I'm like, there's no friggin' way.
Yeah.
It's not 8 years later. And then, and we just all went, nah. Like, this Venom thing? Nah, that didn't happen.
Same with the mid credits of Homecoming, where the Vulture talks to Scorpion, and that never goes anywhere.
People kept asking me,
remember that?
Like, people who weren't seeing the movie right away, they were like, "Is Scorpion in it?" And I'm like, "He's not even mentioned, man." I think there is a Scorpion, like a physical bug Scorpion in the sky during the big like multiversal crack.
No, I think that was him. I think that was supposed to be him. Like, people are saying Kraven, Black Cat, and him.
Yeah, I saw first time I saw Kraven, second time I saw Black Cat. I haven't seen the third one, but I haven't seen Scorpion yet. Either way, why would he go up there when he's already in jail here? It doesn't make any sense, but he's not in it. Like, no, sorry. Everybody's waiting for Scorpion. I'm like, you're not getting to get Scorpion. I'm sorry.
Why?
Maybe that'll be the next villain in the Tom Holland one, or the Andrew Garfield one, or the Venom one.
Yeah, the reality is
they could like finally. Do you think like whoever wrote that scene somewhere is like, I'm gonna finally it matters, and that's gonna be the Venom of the MCU is Matt Gargan?
Oh my god, what a horrible idea! Can he look like a killer whale too? Like,
I don't understand why they did this. Like it's and it's like. None of it makes sense because it's if
you wanted
there's too much Venom everywhere now.
Well, not even just that. I don't mind that. I'm a huge Venom fan, but this doesn't do anything. How are you going to explain this later? Is just Venom going to be crawling on the ground?
Yeah.
It'd make more sense to have another spaceship land and go, oh, Venom's here too.
Yeah.
Same thing plays out. Because now you're trying to link them together?
Yeah.
Is he going to fight... Here's where I think they're jumping through 1,000-watt hoops. This portion of Venom is going to watch Spider-Man fight whatever he's fighting in the next movie.
Oh, my God.
Then go on him and learn what it means to be a hero. Then, through multiversal strings, get back. And then get the spider on Venom's chest.
I hope that every upcoming No Way Home or Tom Holland-led Spider-Man sequel has a mid-credits that just continues this plot thread specifically. Just like
for like 20 years.
It touches like Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's swinging and like the symbiote droplet like hits him. It gets the spider and then it flashes and goes to the Venomverse and then now he has a spider. Like that's it. The whole thing was just so
wouldn't it have made more? This would have been a much cooler mid-credit scene. He's talking to the guy, learns Endgame. Sees the TV, sees Spider-Man, Venom goes, he's a hero, makes the spider, goes back to the Venomverse, now he's got the spider.
There you go. Yeah.
That would have been great, wouldn't it? That would have been perfect.
Hold on. What if the next Venom movie is Venom versus Thanos? And that's the point.
Yes.
He learns about Thanos and is like, well, I don't want that to happen here. And he goes into space. We got Venom, Space Knight. He goes and he fights Thanos.
But Venom versus Thanos.
Yeah.
The Sony Thanos.
He single-handedly takes down Thanos, and Sony just laughs at Disney for the next decade.
There you go.
I don't understand the end goal with this. What is the end goal with this?
That scene is just emblematic of the fact that like every time that someone says, "Oh man, Sony's got a big thing," I'm like, they're gonna screw it up. Because that's what Sony does. Like Sony can't ever just every time they think they have their stuff together, they like do something like this where it's like that's just baffling. Like the end of No Way Home, when they were like, "Hey, the most reviled person associated with Spider-Man, Avi Arad, let's give him a big old thank you."
That was so bizarre,
so tone deaf.
Let's not think anyone else. Just Avi Arad.
It's just so bizarre that there's so many easier ways to put Venom in the MCU.
Yeah, you have a space team. There's multiple Marvel movies in space.
You wanted Venom over here, Sony, like so they could fight Spider-Man. Just hey, Feige, can they bring back Venom in the next Guardians of the Galaxy? It drops in front of
Captain
Spider-Man?
Marvel, Starjammers. Like
the thing that blows my mind is that they didn't just write that into Infinity War, which I get like back then it was a very different landscape with Sony.
Why wasn't there a symbiote on Titan?
Right, like his suit gets all boned up and we get rid of that horrible Iron Spider suit.
Yep.
And then he gets the black suit for a bit and he comes back.
Yeah.
And, obviously that would have been a very, very different thing. But at least like something comes back with him. That would have been so easy.
But
this decision is just such like whiplash because I was excited at the end of Let There Be Carnage, like weird, like kind of weirded out, but like at the end I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So eventually we're going to finally get what Amy Pascal's wet dream is, which is Tom Holland fighting Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And I was down. But then they yoinked him out of the universe and it's like, okay. So now we have to go through the mental trial of waiting for another Venom to get cast and then hoping that we don't get a Venom 3 with Andrew Garfield at the same time as a Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland and whoever this other Venom is. And it's like, God.
Just terrible. I
have another theory. What if this is because Tom Hardy refuses to do Venom past 3? So they're setting up there to be another Venom. And it could be Flash Thompson. He had blonde hair.
Yeah, oh my God. That's not what they're going to do. But I will say, it could be that this was Feige being like, here, Venom is in the MCU, and then just doesn't use it.
Doesn't do anything with it. Yeah. I honestly think that's the most likely scenario, is that this is never followed up upon. I think if Sony doesn't do anything with Venom, then there's a much greater chance that they do something with this like little droplet.
Yes.
But if they announce a Venom 3, and especially if Andrew Garfield's in it, like,
then don't expect Venom in your No Way Home sequel. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I right now don't expect him to be in the No Way Home sequel.
No.
Like, I don't expect it. They did this, and I don't expect him there. Like,
I think that would be like if we want to just talk about like what a No Way Home sequel should be, like, they grounded Spider-Man entirely. I think to immediately go back to cosmic, even though Venom is like cosmic light, like, to go back to that space is like a little too soon. I think.
Right.
I think it should be a more like grounded villain.
You could make it because they're talking about the college trilogy. You could have him get the suit at the end of the next movie, and have him have a black costume for like 1.5 movies. And then the third one, he gets rid of it because the Fantastic Four will be there by that point, and they can take it or something.
Right.
You know, like, you could have just to coincide with the video game, which will have Venom in it, and then you have the black costume suit in it because for some reason Spider-Man has to have no fewer than, like, he has to have as many costume changes as Padme Amidala in every Spider-Man movie. In any case, I'm not excited about this post-credit scene at all, but I am very excited for Spider-Man.
yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I'm still hyped. I just don't, like, I'm like, it's baffling, and it has to have been made by executive decision. Like, there are contracts with this word in there, like symbiote.
I'm just surprised with the ending of this, the ending of the trilogy, the mid-credits and the post-credits, neither of them truly set up Spider-Man.
Dude, we don't even get a clear shot of Spider-Man at the end of this movie, and I think that's deliberate. I think they're like, no, we don't know what we're doing, and we don't have a plan, and, like, all we do know is, like, this is cool looking.
With Tom Holland trying to get his bag by saying that he never wants to be Spider-Man again.
Right?
Like, sure, that probably makes some people a little nervous and upset, so who knows? But, I mean, he's probably just going to get a lot of money and come back, but, like...
Just give him the money. Just pay the money.
Yeah.
Just pay the money. Nobody cares. Like, nobody cares about your bullshit. Just give him the money.
I love to hear, just give him the money.
Well, because, like, you know what we don't have? You know what we don't have the time for? 3 years of, like, of Wang measuring. So that, like, eventually he can get the incredible payout, and then we all waited 5 years to see the next Spider-Man movie, and because it was 5 years, they needed to cram everything in it, so it's like friggin' No Way Home 2. Like, you just grounded him, and then we're gonna be like, okay, so Toby's back, and Secret Wars, I mean, no.
Yeah.
Secret Wars, by the way, they're clearly planning for Secret Wars.
So, well, that's that. I'm not excited about this Venom thing.
I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I'm not excited about this, and it doesn't sound like you two are either. No.
It's just strange.
It's just such a weird decision. You literally just set up the third Venom, and you're like, and now he's in the MCU, and now he's not.
Yeah, it was... Like and subscribe.